Let's get ready to suck it! What's going on, ABY Nation? We are back at it again, doing another reaction. We're doing a reaction to... Shit. Fuck, my throat got dry. Do it. I can't speak.
11 funny is unplanned WWE wrestlers breaking the script laughing.
What he said. Shit. Fuck.
That's mine. Why you trying to touch my shit? There's nothing in there.
That's why I looked. I was like, fuck. Anyway, listen, we're doing a reaction to this. I would say wrestling was one of my biggest moments in my childhood.
Mine too.
It was a sight to see. It was.
I don't know. I just love nostalgia stuff. So I always rewatch stuff. So
Yeah.
I rewatch a lot.
I really got into wrestling around. I want to say late 2006.
I was way before that.
Yeah, late 2006, and then I stopped watching it late 2011 because it got boring for me. I don't know.
I started watching like 02. Then I started watching like 2014, and then I took a break. Then since we started getting into YouTube, I kind of got back to watching wrestling.
I don't know. I feel like around that time, around 2011, I feel like most of the good people was not really there.
It was there. It was just like, let's say, well, your favorite wrestler stopped wrestling.
It's not about Triple H. I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know. It's just like.
I mean, yeah, Batista left. Taker stopped. You know,
I think CM Punk was going around that time too.
No, he was the champion at the time.
I thought Vince fired him once he got the.
Vince fired him in 2014 when he left.
Was that 2014? I could have sworn that was
2014.
Around.
When CM Punk left, I stopped watching it. I just started playing the games for real.
But yeah, it was a sight to see. I enjoyed it. I always wanted to watch pay-per-views. Man,
them pay-per-views was high as hell.
No,
like $75.
Could never get them. Could never get them.
I accidentally bought one and I got in trouble. It was a Hell in a Cell, and it was a boring ass Hell in a Cell too. Oh man, I miss wrestling.
But let's get into this.
Now it's $9.
No, it's $9. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you do, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We do appreciate that. If you want us to react to more stuff like this, let us know in the comments.
Sometimes.
But let's get into this.
WWE wrestler must always try and maintain their character and persona, but from time to time, something incredibly funny happens on screen that's sometimes unplanned and forces the wrestler to break character. This is unavoidable, as the incident unfolding is just so unbelievably hilarious that everyone breaks out in universal laughter. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 11 insanely funny moments WWE wrestlers broke character. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts.
I watch their videos for the news.
Hey, okay.
Number 11, Vince McMahon. While Vince McMahon isn't a wrestler in the traditional sense, he has been very reserved in breaking character throughout his WWE career. But on one occasion during a feud between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Booker T,
I recently watched that not too long ago.
McMahon was on the phone to Booker, and when Booker informed McMahon that he was in church about to play bingo, McMahon burst out in laughter. It was truly hilarious, and it was a treat to see the former WWE chairman break character. Number 10, Mick Foley. In 2016, Chris Jericho became the most popular wrestler in WWE. Jericho had evolved his character and he had joined forces with Kevin Owens on Raw. He'd also introduced several new catchphrases and character traits, one of these being the List of Jericho, which made for some rather memorable segments. Jericho's comedic timing during this period was perfected, as Jericho often made other wrestlers laugh, and the most infamous time Jericho did this was during a promo exchange with Mick Foley. On the Raw following the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Jericho explained to Foley why he interfered in Owens' match with Seth Rollins. Jericho would offer a classic spin on his catchphrase by saying that he used the key of Jericho to enter the cell. It was turned into chaos because Jericho was just so funny. Number 9, Lance Storm. Lance Storm is well established as being one of the most serious and professional talents ever, but even Storm isn't immune to breaking character. During a segment in the Ruthless Aggression era, Lance Storm would dress as Goldust backstage, and Goldust revealed to Storm that they had sausage and midgets, and this forced Storm to turn away from the camera to hide the fact that he was laughing. Number 8, Sheamus. In 2010, Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov hosted a tea party with Sheamus, and this ended up being one of the most memorable segments of the entire year. Throughout his WWE career, Santino had been known to make wrestlers completely break character, with names like Batista and John Cena notoriously struggling to keep it together when involved in segments with the former IC champion. In the tea party segment, Santino would accidentally make comments which referenced Sheamus's hair color, and these were so smartly delivered that the Celtic Warrior just had to laugh. It was a fantastic segment, and while some were critical of Sheamus at the time for failing to stay in character, it would have been extremely hard for any wrestler to remain in character if they were involved in this segment. Number 7, Logan Paul. 2022 saw Logan Paul sign a contract with WWE, and his matches received widespread praise. Logan seems to have a love and appreciation for WWE, and this has slowly but surely made fans accept Logan as a WWE star. One of Logan's more humorous moments was during his feud with Roman Reigns, and the character work of Sami Zayn was so funny that Logan completely broke character. Zayn would inform Logan that he was the biggest two of them all, my dog, and this led to Logan laughing in the middle of the segment. Even Reigns had to turn away from the camera as it was just so downright hilarious, as this would be a common trend for most of Zayn's segments throughout 2022. Number 6, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is known for being one of the toughest, most legitimate talents in all of WWE. However, outside the ring, Baszler is known for being one of the most personable, likable individuals in the locker room. Her comedic side was seen when she appeared on Raw Talk along with R-Truth, and during her appearance, Baszler would complain about her catering backstage in WWE. This was when Truth brought up the fish on the menu, specifically mentioning the tartar sauce. This was when Baszler began to smirk before putting her head down away from the camera to hide the fact that she was laughing. Number 5, Bray Wyatt. In 2018, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy joined forces to take over the WWE Tag Division. One of their notable rivalries during their time as a duo was with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, collectively known as the B-Team. During their rivalry, WWE would air a segment which saw Axel and Dallas parody both Wyatt and Hardy. This impression was spot on, and Dallas in particular delivered a perfect parody of his older brother. The impersonation was so funny that Wyatt looked like he was about to cry with laughter, and he had to try and maintain his mystique and aura in the way he could. It was great television, one of the most comedic segments of 2018. Number 4, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is one of the most tenured and celebrated wrestlers in all of WWE. Orton has received extensive praise for being able to remain in character, and nothing seems to faze the multi-time champion. However, in 2015, Orton was involved in a segment with the New Day, and for whatever reason, Orton just couldn't handle it, as he found the New Day's antics so funny that he didn't even attempt to hide his laughter. The New Day would boast that they took out Dolph Ziggler, the Dudley Boys, and John Cena in one night, and this was when the New Day compared themselves to Orton's previous stables such as Evolution and Legacy. The New Day were truly hilarious in the segment, and it's no surprise that the WWE's resident Viper struggled to keep it together. Number 3, The Rock. The chemistry between The Rock and Mick Foley was one of the highlights of the Attitude Era. This acclaimed chemistry continued even when Foley became the commissioner of WWE. During a segment in the summer of 2000, Foley and The Rock were interacting in the ring when Foley decided to steal one of The Rock's trademark catchphrases. Foley would inform The Rock that he is now the most elite WWE champions of all time, and Foley would ask The Rock how he proceeded to run around the ringside area in celebration. The Rock instantly started smirking, and it was a rare sight of the Great One deviating away from his usual controlled persona. Number 2, Brock Lesnar. It's a common misconception that Brock Lesnar is difficult to work with, and often shoots down any funny creative ideas. Thanks to Lesnar's work over the past few years, the perception of Lesnar has drastically altered. And this all seemed to start when Lesnar broke character during the legendary segment with R-Truth. Truth would head into the ring and inform Lesnar and Paul Heyman that during the Royal Rumble, he will throw Heyman over the top rope. Truth had hilariously misunderstood the situation and believed that it was Heyman in the Rumble match rather than Lesnar. But upon being corrected, Truth would undeclare himself for the Royal Rumble, opting out of the match in the process. While this commotion was going on, a traditionally serious Lesnar was almost on the floor with laughter. And it was rather wholesome to see Lesnar lose it in a rare character break. And number 1, Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns turned heel in 2020, his character and presentation was taken to the next level. Reigns became the head of the table, and all of Reigns' previously criticized traits as a babyface were dead and buried. Reigns was now a serious, menacing heel, and he would rarely deviate away from this. But that's until Sami Zayn came along. Throughout 2022, Zayn has been able to make each member of the celebrated Bloodline stable break character, and Reigns hasn't been excluded. On the October 28th, 2022 edition of SmackDown, Zayn would inform the rest of the Bloodline that Jey Uso hadn't been feeling very oozy. The moment these words left Zayn's mouth, Reigns was stunned and instantly began to smirk and deviate away from his defined character. This was supposed to be a serious segment, but Zayn was just so funny that the rest of the Bloodline couldn't maintain their composure. What made the segment even funnier was that the moment Jey saw Reigns break character, Jey had to cover his face, as it was apparent that he was absolutely losing it. But there you have it, folks. 11 insanely funny moments WWE wrestlers broke character. Shoot me in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more
wrestling content.
Alright, man.
Shout out to Wrestlelamia. They make some good, like, I love that I love they videos. The information, the news, even their little top 10 stuff is just be entertaining.
Oh man, but yeah, I would say that mostly wrestlers would go off script here and there. One thing I can really think of is when during with DX, Shawn and Triple H talk about controversy. Shawn just went ahead, just did super kicks to like 3 people in a row. So
I know everybody was laughing that day. That was funny.
Well, I don't know if that's controversy, but hey, sure it's funny. You could have helped to laugh. That looks so good too. Like, does he really kick the?
Yeah, he's the best person that did a super kick. But when he quit and he was a chef, and he kicked the boss, he kicked the daughter. Then the whole restaurant set on fire.
Shawn Michaels just called them mayhem for everybody. But hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We do appreciate that. Like I said, if you want us to react to stuff like this, let us know in the comments. Phil, well, I can't speak. Phil will be playing WWE 2K23 next month, in March. Right now he's doing, for 22, right now he's doing Universe mode. Because we did our own little draft. So make sure y'all check that out. It should be in the playlist for ABY live streams.
They have the worst roster ever. I have the best.
Worry about that. Alright? We will see y'all in the next one.
Always be yourself.
Always be yourself.
Like, never change for no change. And never change yourself 100%. Change those bad things that you done did. Or change those bad ways that you have. But never change yourself 100%. You need to be you to the day you die.